This is my birthday. I'm long past the point when getting older is reason to celebrate, but I am pleased tonight to commemorate 40 years of riding street motorcycles without ever crashing one. Don't misunderstand. I've crashed lots of bikes, but never on the street or the highway, and I'm very proud of that. And so tonight, speaking as a minority member of America's traffic pattern, I believe that my attitude about crashing is the thing that ultimately separates me from all those car people. I don't have the protection of a steel cage. Like other motorcyclists, my first line of defense includes riding skills, awareness of dangers in traffic, and concentration on the task at hand. To avoid injury, we have to avoid crashing. Unfortunately, accident avoidance is the lost cause of American motoring. The fundamental logic of street motorcycling, you can't get hurt in a crash that never happens, seems totally lost on America's transportation bureaucracy as it annually presides over 43,000 highway fatalities. How have the bureaucrats failed? Well, consider a couple of examples. One, driver education in this country is a joke. Two, public transportation is an even bigger joke. What does that mean? That means most Americans need a car to get where they're going, and so we therefore feel compelled to give everybody a driver's license, even though we don't have a system to actually teach them how to drive. Should we be surprised then that the result is multitudes of inept people crashing into each other willy-nilly? Confronted by this monster of their own making, the safety-crats chose a worthwhile, but I think still fundamentally misguided response. Rather than tackle the hard issue, accident avoidance, they choose instead to force the auto industry to make cars more crash-worthy. So what do we have now? Multitudes of untrained drivers belted and bagged into giant vehicles that lull them into a complete sense of security, leaving them free to focus their attention on their cell phones, their visor DVD players, and so forth. The last thing these people are thinking about is avoiding a crash. So that brings us right back to where we started, to a fundamental truth and inescapable logic that should be the basis for the whole traffic system, but instead somehow ended up applying uniquely to this little minority of motorcycle people. If you remember that truth, whether you start your day by grasping a steering wheel or a pair of handlebars, you'll be a whole lot better off. You cannot get hurt in a crash that never happens. Okay?